Over 1.4 billion people live below the poverty line. More than 9 million children under the age of 5 die each year. 2/3 of these deaths are preventable. Over 67 million children miss out on school. And more than 2.5 billion people do not have access to adequate sanitation, roughly 2/5 of the world's population. Last year, alongside other volunteers, I flew to southern India to work on a 10-week sustainable development project. The project was run by Raleigh International and the International Citizen Service, which brings young people together to work on projects designed to bring about lasting change. This got me thinking. How can some people have so much and others so little? How can 1.4 billion people in the world live in extreme poverty when the food thrown away in Europe and North America would be enough to feed all the hungry people in the world 3 times over? 1 person in 7 battles hunger every day. Hunger kills more people every year than AIDS, malaria and tuberculosis combined. More than 6 million children die from malnutrition each year. And over 161 million preschool children suffer from chronic malnutrition. For me, one stands out: waste. Worldwide, 1.3 billion tonnes of food are thrown away every year. This is equal to 40 million trucks stretching around the equator 14 times. Food waste does not only affect poverty and hunger, it also has an impact on climate change and the use of the world's natural resources. It is a long process for food to be wasted. Firstly, we plant the seeds to grow the food. Crops are fed and watered and use resources to grow. The crops are then harvested and transported, which uses energy and fuel. Livestock need water and energy to live and feed on some of the harvested crops. Food is then prepared and packaged in factories, using more water, resources and energy. Food is then transported around the world in planes, trains, ships and lorries until it ends up in our local supermarkets. In the supermarkets, the fridges, freezers and lighting use more energy, and then we drive to the supermarket to buy our food and then drive home again. In our homes, we use energy to store, cook and prepare our food to eat. Some food which we buy and do not use in time goes off and ends up in the bin. A staggering 27% of all fruit and vegetables in the UK are wasted. As well as this, 17% of drinks, 11% of bakery products, 7% of meat and 10% of dairy products end up thrown away. The UK throws about 15 million tonnes of food away every year. This equates to an average £470 a year per household, and the equivalent of around £60 a month. Most food waste ends up at landfill sites, where it rots and releases methane, a damaging greenhouse gas. How can we prevent food waste? This is an impossible question to give a precise answer to. What can you do at home? 10 small ways you, as an individual, can make a positive impact on the environment. Know what you need before you go food shopping, so you do not end up buying more food than what will be consumed in your household. Do not buy more food than you really need. This will save you money and reduce how much food you throw away. Eat down your fridge. Manage your fridge so that you have a no waste policy. Try and throw nothing out. Use up any food that will go off soon first, and freeze any fresh produce and leftovers if you won't get the chance to eat them before they go bad. Buy locally. Flying food across continents increases global transportation emissions. Buy funny shaped fruit. Many fruit and vegetables are thrown out because their size, shape or colour are not right. Buying these perfectly good foods make use of food that might otherwise go to waste. Love your leftovers. Invent new recipes for using leftovers. Learn the label. Sell-by and use-by dates are not regulated and do not indicate safety. They are manufacturer suggestions for peak quality. Most foods can safely be eaten well after their use-by dates. Composting. Composting food scraps can reduce their climate impact while also recycling their nutrients. Donate. Donate food that you will not be able to eat to local food banks, soup kitchens and shelters. Buy a reusable bag. Bring a reusable bag when doing food shopping. A reusable bag will last for years and it only has to be used 5 times to have a lower environmental impact than a plastic bag. You can make a difference. Individual actions, when multiplied, can make a huge difference to the planet.